Kia ora te whare.
Stevie Chadwick.
Mr. Speaker, I am rising to take a quick call in real good faith support for trying to get this Ngati Tuwharetoa, Raukawa and Arawa River iwi Waikato River bill through tonight, so that those who have travelled so far can enjoy that we've got through this momentous stage tonight in the House. I want to pay tribute to those who have come from Te Arawa, and they're sitting up there smiling away, and they know who they are, and I know that previous Ministers Turia and Shane Jones and Puni Harawira appropriately welcomed you with the dignity to this House tonight. I also want to pay tribute to Timothy Huhu, who is here from Tuwharetoa. And I want to just say to Mr Garrett, before I begin, we are a democracy and we respect your view, though we differ markedly from your view. And by exposure to debate in this House, some of us have acquired by association through marriage, through our children, through our ancestors, a deep and abiding love and a spiritual relationship with the lands which our families come from. And in my family, we share that love with Tariana Turia, with the whanganui, and I'm sure she wishes that they had such a clean-up fund that this bill will set up tonight. And also Tongariro, Waikato through my Tuwharetoa lines, and I have to mention the Tuki through my Ngati Kahungunu lines. So we all learn by association and by talking to each other about the value of being bicultural in this land. We're two people walking one pathway, but we need to remember that, but show the tolerance in this House. So we listened to you, and I felt a bit sorry for a view, but it's only 5% of the country. We've got a long way to go, and we're getting there. And if we keep engaging in the democratic debate with those represented in this House, we will get there. I want to congratulate the Minister, the Honourable Chris Finlayson, for carrying on and improving the treaty settlement process. And my colleague, the Honourable Marion Street, gave acknowledgement to this. I think the Honourable Michael Cullen went out on a limb. It was considered quite a risk at that time. It was sort of edgy territory to go into in treaty settlements, but we were delighted for the Te Arawa settlement bill of our 14 lakes to start to move towards a co-management model. And I'm sure that if Mr Garrett went in to see how it's not just tokenism about these treaty partners working together, along with local government and regional council, and with all those people that are stakeholders in our lakes, we are beginning the long journey, and it will be a long journey of over 20 years, to clean up our lakes. But that takes a leap of faith and a leap of trust, and then underpinning legislation which must be enabling. You can't tell people what to do and hope it's going to work. You've got to keep talking to each other, and this is a wonderful example. I can remember in a little way Lady Raiha Mahuta coming into my office as Minister of Conservation and saying what they wanted about conservation management plans in this legislation that we've now got here in the House tonight. And I thought, gosh, this is new, but this is the right thing to do. And I remember going off to Michael Cullen to say, I don't know how we do it, but we do have to work with conservation coming to the party here alongside iwi and the Crown. And he said, OK, well, we will, and we'll try to find the right instruments. And I think that's where we're learning in treaty settlements from each process that's gone before. And I thank those that have gone on this settlement journey that have taught us that there are new ways, that there are some risks with those new ways, but when we work together in that position of partnership and trust, we can get there. it's not hard. And this bill underpins that approach. I thought we were all going to agree in the House tonight. So it was with some sadness that I heard the Act position, but it's kei te pai. They're a little group, and they need to be awhi'd to understand the new way of working together, and we'll work with you to try to show you that there are other ways. So that's as nice as I can be there. I do want to talk about the clean-up fund, and I'm sure those at Te Arawa and Anaru Rangihuia and others, Rawiri Te Whare and all of our kaumātua up there know that this is something that we longed for with our Te Arawa Lake settlement bill. So you get the settlement amount, and with that you're meant to work, and it's meant to be enough to clean up, and it never is enough. It's really a nominal amount, and we all know that. But here is a genuine attempt. It's over 30 years, it's a bit of a stretch, and I'm sure it will be something that those partners will be coming back to the Crown in the future to say we might need more. And I just want to mention too the Greens' perspective here about catchment. I believe you're right, but I think as this co-management model goes down, I was going to say down the river, but you know, as it goes on this journey, they'll come back and see that it's logical to put catchment plans in there, and they will come to say that's how we want to manage this. But it is your right to put that on the table too, because we never get it all right. So I'm pleased there's a conservation management plan in here. I think this approach is something that we're going to watch all around New Zealand. Here we are down in Canterbury looking at the Huranui and the Mackenzie country and the pressures of dairying there. They will be looking at managing those wonderful South Island rivers, and I'm sure Tainui will be looking at this model to say we do need to look at how we settled and how we're going to manage our precious resources in the future. So I want to acknowledge all those who have gone before. Thank you for the lessons you've taught us as we've gone on this journey. I want to acknowledge the Minister with his wonderful lofty goal of getting all treaty claims settled by 2014, and we hope that they are just and durable settlements, and this Labour Party works in cooperation with you to achieve that goal. This is a wonderful evening. Thanks for coming.